So maybe related to this or not, but like talk about like touch sensors, and there are different kind of touch sensors, like real sensors. They use pressure, or they use what I'm talking about is one that use a vision touch sensor.
A vision touch sensor.
Right.
That seems like an oxymoron.
Right.
What's it?
So basically, it's
is it like you have your fingers like a little camera?
yeah, they have a camera. They have like a surface that gets deformed, and have a camera that just registers the deformation. So here's what it looks like, basically. So they have this rubber thingy. It's like a elastometer, and they have lenses, and they have some LEDs they put around those lenses, and they have a camera at the end.
Okay.
That will capture all the deformations. For example,
That's kind of clever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they get a very high resolution.
very high resolution using a cell phone camera. These are cell phone cameras.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So,
Monty, do you remember at interval they had something like this where they were capturing the surface of a drum that was being deformed?
No, but
Okay.
yeah, but
So like,
it sounds plausible.
so one of the trick thing is to get this rubber thing, and there was this company that came out of MIT called Gelsite, and they came up with this elastometer that's very high resolution, that we can get a very good resolution.
someone makes this whole thing, right?
Yeah. So that's what it looks like. For example, the output of those sensors. So this is like a little foam. This is Velcro. This is what Velcro.
That's what they're touching.
Yeah, this is the Velcro. This is the output of touching a Velcro. This is the output of touching some, I don't know what that is, kind of foam.
Styrofoam.
Yeah. And he is like a circle board, and it is like a 10 euros, I think. 10 centos euros.
Wow, that clearly is more resolution than my finger. I mean, my finger can't read the numbers on a dime, it's like a coin.
Right. And here's, for example, a
File,
nail file.
Yeah. It's like,
Or maybe if you're training, like if you're blind, they have pretty good light sensors, right? Like we, right?
Braille.
yeah,
So-
but not even that. I mean, that's pretty, you're getting every little dot here, right? I mean, how big is that tip? It's about the size of a fingertip?
That's yeah. So that's what it looks like. That's the size of
It's
fingertip.
clearly higher resolution than our skin. I mean, there's no question in my mind. It's much, much higher resolution than our skin. That's interesting.
So this one is being developed by Facebook. Created this one. It's open source. You can just buy it as well off the shelf those.
Do they have simulators? Is this you could use?
That's the next slide.
Oh.
So here's the simulator.
It's like a habitat simulator or what is
That
it?
is not, but like it's but we can integrate into Habitat. It's also by Facebook Research.
Yeah.
The simulator, the sensor by Facebook as well, the physical sensor.
You can
And
buy it from Facebook.
what?
You can buy the physical sensor from Facebook.
No, it's from the Gelsite company.
Oh,
That
You have to
company-
build that. I guess the design is open
The
source.
design open
oh,
source.
you can't. Can you buy the whole thing, or do you have to build your own?
So that's what I'm saying. They will assemble for you for $300, I think.
Who will?
Gelsite.
Jocelyn. Okay.
And but we can buy all the elements and build ourselves. There's a bill of material there if you want. But I think it's 3D printable. You can 3D print the whole thing.
That'll be there when the event has its own shop.
Yeah, so like that's what it looks like, the sensor in a simulator. So like here's a different one with the hand, and they have multiple sensors in this hand. So like each finger has one. And like this is just putting a marble on the sensor, but like here's an example. They put like a different, there's a corner there. So that corner,
Yeah,
it's a little different than the surface. That's the surface.
yeah.
So that's an example.
This would be more like multiple columns on your skin detecting it at the same time.
Yeah, so those are two fingers there.
Yeah. Interesting. You probably detect the normal to the surface too.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah,
That's
you can-
exactly what you can do.
Yeah.
Because that's
It's a very high res.
because as the pressure there, the intensity is based on the pressure of that that tip, that gel that they have in there. So that creates this.
Yeah,
You get a very high resolution point cloud. Basically.
interesting.
So this is also open source, this simulator and the sensor, so you can just integrate that into Habitat if you want, or I'm assuming you can just even go to upstream because it's the same company. And they just did it in November, so this is brand new, so it's, they just released that November. That's the other.
I mean, if I was thinking about integrating it into Monty initially, before you do any manipulation, you just need one of these things and you just like, you know, tap on different places where you have multiple ones grabbing, I guess.
Yeah, so that was
But
the,
without, not even the need to like manipulate the object yet, because for starters, just to sense the object.
Yeah,
So
that's-
that's the thing, you know, it's like a better thing.
just this one, just have this guy float around.
Yeah. It's a better thing.
Yeah, this will be the thing, this will be the thing, that's all the, that's all the thing project.
Is anyone using this stuff commercially, or is this just like a research lab?
This is a commercial company that's selling this.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I'm using it commercially.
They have a this specific sensor not used commercial.
But they bought it for the VR.
But they
They bought a company that did that,
Yeah.
for the digit thing.
Yeah.
Because of Oculus, the VR. stuff.
Yeah,
So
so
who
they-
funded Facebook?
Facebook bought it,
Yeah.
But not, they bought a company who was building hams.
yeah,
Building the sensor,
Oh,
they have the sensor,
the sensors are.
yeah, the
But
sensor.
they have already seen the prototype like last year in the RIPS, where they show using in the VR.
how would they use this in the VR? Because you don't really need a physical sensor in the VR.
I don't know how they're gonna integrate it to games, but
I don't know,
maybe like press and stuff.
I mean, the whole point is you have to have something physical, it's not virtual.
yeah, I don't know.
Well, if you're wearing a glove that imparts the same sense on your fingertips that is in the virtual world.
Yeah, but
You
this
need
doesn't,
something
this
about
doesn't make
Yeah,
your
you need
fingers
to-
feel
you
something.
need to-
No, but you need to know how to deform your glove. If you feel something in the virtual world, you need to
So
transmit
you can
that.
use this as a training module for the virtual reality simulator, like this would tell you someone actually touch a physical object, and then they figure out what they have to put on your fingers to make it feel like you're touching the
Yeah, it
physical.
wouldn't be training, you'd need it all the time.
But,
If I'm touching something in the virtual world, I need to know exactly what that shape is in order to transmit that feeling here.
yeah, but when you're in the virtual world, you're not actually touching anything, so this wouldn't be useful.
You would be touching in the, I mean,
If
if
you do
this
like
is a
mixed
simulation.
reality,
Yeah, but right, yeah, but this is actually a physical sensor. It only gives you an input if you touch something.
right?
No, this one's a virtual sensor. There's no
Well,
physical
it is-
thing
But
whatsoever.
it's still detecting,
It's still based on this guy.
it's still an input.
It's a virtual 3D input.
But it won't make you feel something.
Yeah,
I know that, but in order to make you feel something, you need to know what detailed sensation to transmit.
Yes,
So
so my
this will
point-
give you that detailed
Yeah,
sensation.
but in the end result, am I using the virtual reality world? I wouldn't have this, right?
Yeah, you would.
Why would you need this?
why would you need the
No,
camera?
not the physical one, the other one. I'm
Why
talking
do- I
about the
don't even need the
simulation.
simulation one.
You would.
Oh, I see, you're saying for,
How would you, in the,
oh, I see,
how would you know what that virtual puppet feels like otherwise?
I see.
So you've got the direct connection to haptics in your virtual reality glove.
This is a haptic sensor.
All right, so, yeah, so, but you would, the thing you would wear on your hand would not
Would
be
be totally different.
totally different.
Yeah.
You would have a virtual one that's touching the virtual objects.
Exactly.
So that it knows.
Yeah,
what-
because you were asking, why would you need a virtual one? That's why.
I was thinking, why would you need a physical one? I didn't realize, maybe I was.
So physical one for physical robots, it's really hard to do subtle manipulations
No,
if you
I
can't feel
got
the.
it. I got
Yeah,
it.
so they have a videos, I didn't put it here, but like they have video of this robot grabbing an egg.
Exactly.
You said they bought a company making these, and I'm saying, well, why
He
would
said
they?
that.
Oh, I
He
said
he
that,
said-
yeah.
Oh,
I said, why would they make a company making these for the virtual reality? Because you don't need the physical one for the virtual reality. The simulator one, you need to buy anything. I don't know. It's just like.
And they have something, they create something called PyTouch. That will have models and data sets. They'll have models and data sets for this. But it's right now,
So
it doesn't have anything right now, it's empty.
In that animation you were showing when they pressed the virtual ball against the top finger, I kept noticing that the top joint was actually displacing, not just the surface of the.
Yeah, you can see it's
the
pushing
gel.
back on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm just wondering, what are they simulating there? The fact that the whole thing is spring loaded?
Well, in this one, they run the simulator inside ROS. I think it's a ROS visualizer. So it's fully articulated. But you should, don't focus on the movement of the finger, just focus on the right side.
Yeah, it's a full
Well, yeah,
physics
I
simulator.
understand. Yeah, but it was just that degree of they had to make that happen some way. So one of the other things I realized that you might not, depending upon how this thing displaces, it's not only sensing texture, but also pressure.
Correct.
So you get both of those with
Yeah,
this
so
with this one sensor.
You see on the right side, like when you have the intensity, it turns
Yeah.
brighter. It goes brighter once the high changes, see the high changing.
See,
Yeah.
according to Mountcastle, which you could be wrong about this, a single column wouldn't be able to possibly get information like this, because a single column, the signals going into, in some sense, mixed. You don't really have spatial, I've mentioned this many times, you don't get further spatial resolution, right? And here you can actually see where the ball is moving around. So there'll be like multiple sensors, multiple columns at once here, which is fine. I think it's good. Pretty cool. Wow.
Okay.
That's cool. Thanks, Luiz.
That's good.
5 minutes. 5 minutes up.
It was 10 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
thanks.
probably next step would be to see how to integrate this
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great.
And it could be like a single finger exploring the object.
Yeah.
So what would we use this for?
As a touch sensor.
To get
To do what?
to get
Well, I-
so
Instead of going to the
local
mesh. Right now, we're bypassing out the sensor and we're directly to the mesh.
But this would be to train the vision module? Because the mesh would be,
could be used to train the vision model or directly as an
Well, I suggest that
imagine.
we work on two modalities at once. As a way of, two reasons for that. One is to keep us honest and not get pulled into one direction, like vision has its own problems, we don't realize there's other issues. And the other is that ultimately we do want to do manipulation of objects, right? So it just felt like, we don't have to, but I thought we should probably, keep vision and touch going simultaneously. So learning modules can be generic and the system, they have different issues, Not exactly, so we just keep us honest about the whole system.